Welcome back to St. Mary's College of Maryland, the host of the 2025 ICSA Women's Fleet Race National Championship. Today is the final day of competition for the 18 teams that qualified from the semis. Hi, I'm Ashley Love from CPG TV. These teams have been training, traveling, and preparing for the entire year. Even just being here is an accomplishment in itself. But for one team, the overall win is on the line. And for one sailor, the Quantum Women's Sailor of the Year title. Whose names get etched into these trophies is all to be determined based on today's result. The low off the coast is moving north up towards New England, bringing in a strong, cool westerly to fill the race course. So medium and heavy air crews are anxious to step up for their teams. We're about 2 hours into this race day, and Stanford has taken over the overall lead, while Tulane is still holding on to top position in B Division. This is A Division, race number 7. Roger Williams is trying to backwind their main to not get stuck on the wrong side of the race committee. If they touch race committee, they will owe a 360. Tough to tell from here. They're Georgetown Hoyas and Stanford choose the less busy pin end. 14 and 10 OCS. 15 as well, and they're struggling to get back to the line. That's Yale trying to find some wiggle room. The Bowdoin Polar Bears. Their team was founded in 1939. They sail out of Brunswick, Maine, which is arguably the most beautiful venue for college sailing in the country. They get to practice amongst the pine trees, the rocky shoreline, seals, bald eagles, and lobster boats. The breeze is filling in. Race committee is extending the length of the race course to make these races even longer. Stanford leads this race wire to wire. Moving over to B Division, who have switched into the FJs today. Tulane's Ava Anderson still holds the lead, but Dartmouth, Yale, George Washington, and Bowdoin are chomping at their heels within 8 points. Oh, Bowdoin liked the pin, but ran out of space, giving Harvard the pin. But there are a lot of OCS boats as well. Tulane is not taking their foot off the gas pedal, leading around this top mark with Harvard, who started at the pin in second. current is really affecting ley lines today, and Bowdoin has to tack back onto port, fouling Yale, who's forced to hit the mark to avoid them. Wow, both boats are spinning between the windward and offset. One spin for Yale, two for Bowdoin. Coming right down to the wire, Yale will take it, but Boston College had an excellent race. Sarah Schumann, a recent graduate from BC. A few races later, we jump into the FJ division. Brown made a port tack approach. There is some current and some windage, really making it tricky to make this boat end. Brown and Tulane don't quite make it over the pin, while MIT is able to squeak it out. Up around the top and down around the bottom, the George Washington Revolutionaries have a lead, and Yale is working course right downwind to try and compensate. Arietta Angera Salbidagelsia, sailing with Caitlin Schwartz, are sitting in third place in B Division right now. Connecting the dots downwind, George Washington maintains the lead in race number 12 with the Charleston Cougars and the BC Eagles, Harvard, and Yale, all within a few seconds.
Keep coming right.
Starting in pressure. A division is starting under an I flag because they had a general recall this last go around in Dartmouth, in sail number 18 wants the pin again. All clear start. Good job. If you're wondering what the difference between an FJ and a 420 is, the hull shape on a 420 is quite a lot rounder, and these boats can really change their speed. If you put the bow down and press, you can really pick up a lot of speed. Whereas in the FJ, once you press, you're not going to pick up much speed. Cornell is working that. They are slightly overstood on the first top mark and trying to press over Harvard right now to beat them to the mark. They have mark room right now, so they should make it out on top. Harvard gets the best of the second lap around this 13th race. So Cordelia Byrne and Margot Stillman will wrap that race up. We're coming into the final race for A division, and Vanessa Larkamp on Stanford has a sizable lead. There's basically no catching her. She's no stranger to national championships. She's won the women's twice as a freshman, the women's team race twice, even the Open Fleet Race Championships in 2023 as part of the first all-women's team to do so. Individual recall boat 14 was over. Vanessa Larkamp making it look easy around the leeward gate. The Stanford Cardinals are the reigning women's team race champions and the reigning women's fleet race champions. They really have been trying to enjoy the work, and they've been doing more than putting the pieces of a good race together. They've been putting the pieces of an entire regatta together. One last top windward mark rounding for this women's fleet championship. Winning A division by roughly 40 points. Our reigning Quantum Women's College Sailor of the Year, winning it last year as a sophomore, helps her team win this championship overall, which puts her as a high contender for maybe being a back-to-back Sailor of the Year. With race committee getting in one final race in B division with mere seconds to go before the time cutoff, the final tally of races was 16 per division. As final points were collected, teams headed home for the final time to celebrate with their teammates. The Tulane Green Wave celebrated winning B division and placing second overall. And the big winners of the day was Stanford, Vanessa Larkamp sailing with Alice Schmid and Ashton Tierney in A division, and team captain Ellie Harned and Sophie Fisher skippering B division with Kit Harned and Piper Blackfan. None of this team graduated this year, so we'll be seeing a lot more of them. Only one award was left to hand out, and Clark McKinney, a St. Mary's grad, was there for the presentation.
Quantum in 2007 started sponsoring the Women's Sailor of the Year Award for collegiate sailing, and I am here to represent Quantum and make sure that the proper recipient gets the trophy this year. College sailing really brings together a lot of talent, such a physical sport. You have to hone your skills, sailing the boat, setting the boat up. It's just a great mixture of athleticism and different science knowledge.
The 2025 winner of the Quantum Women's Collegiate Sailor of the Year happens to be a junior from Stanford Cardinal, Vanessa Larkamp.
I just wanted to give a huge thanks to the race committee, all the volunteers, all the umpires, my coaches, Alice and Ashton, who I wouldn't have been able to win this award without them. They really kept me cool and calm collected here.
We train a lot, and I think without great teammates and great sparring partners at Stanford University, it would really not have been possible. We have crews who are skippers, and they can do both, and the practices are just so competitive. And we always not only work hard on and off the water, but it's also we're in the gym together, we do social events together, we're eating together to make that teamwork even stronger than it already is. So I mostly sailed with Alice this event because it was a little lighter. She's more my light air crew, and then I also sailed with Ashton, and I love sailing with both of them. We're always just talking together where we see the next pressure, what shift we're in, where the other competitors are, making sure that we're always going to be in front of them and going to the mark. I do sail on the co-ed team as well, so I'm excited to be here again. Hopefully see similar results, but who knows, because the wind is really hard here.
Congratulations to all of the winners. See you next week for the ICSA Open Fleet Race Championship, right here on Horseshoe Bay. For T2P TV, I'm Ashley Love.